How to get rid of a toxic person. Toxic, they say, means, or a toxic person is a person who brings negativity and conflict to others. I'm going to go against the grain, as I always try to do, because it's not the fact of you getting rid of a toxic person. What you need to do is get rid of the toxicity you have. Doesn't seem to make sense, huh? Well, toxic is as toxic does. Many of us have toxic tendencies. We have things that make us feel comfortable in that type of emotion or those types of feelings. We have that already inside of us. So when you are around someone who's toxic, you just attracted that person. That's a part of that mirror. When you look in the mirror, you see you. That's what you see. It really is that simple. It's not the fact that all of a sudden this person just latched on to you and, they're just completely disconnected from you and, somehow you were just walking along and bam, they latched themselves onto you. No, there's something that was inside of you. Maybe some type of deficit, some insecurity, some complex, something that you haven't reconciled inside of you. And that person fills that void. That person fills that void. If you ever think about you can even test yourself. If you're a person that can sit in a quiet place, try to go sit in a quiet place. And if you start to feel, this discomfort of being in this quiet place, like it's too boring, it's not active, there's no excitement, you start to feel those different types of things, but you want to be where the stimulation is at, whether that is going out to the club or going to get your vices, your drink and your smoking or anything like that. You start gravitating towards those things, then that shows you that there's a void. There's something that could be filled in. There's something that you are more comfortable about being on that side of the road. So to be able to get rid of a toxic person, you got to get rid of those toxic tendencies. Because what happens is, once you start to fix whatever your shortcomings are, whatever your deficits are, then you'll start to align with someone else who doesn't possess those same type of tendencies. And then you'll start peeling off the other individuals that you don't align with, that you don't favor with. You ever notice that? You've been in relationships, friendships, or whatever, and all of a sudden things don't seem to jive anymore. You don't seem to have the same chemistry anymore. It's because someone has realigned themselves and they changed what it was about themselves, and you don't align with that anymore, or they don't align with that anymore. So it's that simple. It really is that simple. Stop looking outside thinking that somebody else is the person that is affecting you because they're toxic. No. There's something in you that you need to fix. And once you fix that, then you fix them. You'll start to automatically realize that this just is not a person that I see eye to eye with anymore. we don't have the same chemistry anymore. Something's off, something's different. I can't relate with this person. You know what I mean? That's because all of a sudden you started adjusting what it was that you had inside of you. So let's first figure out, what are your toxic tendencies? Think about the person that you were saying who's toxic. Think about what it is that you don't like about them. Think about that first. Figure out, what is it that you don't like about this toxic person? This person that you want to get rid of, think about what is it that you don't like about them. And then have some introspect and think about, how does that relate to you? What is it that you have done in your past? Or what is it that you have that is appealing to you? You know, it's funny because I've talked to some young ladies before in the past, and they will talk about, you know, I don't like this. My friends, they always talking all of this nonsense about other women, and, you know, they, women can't get along with each other, and they've got all these different types of fights that they come up with, and, you know, they got issues with, you know, their choices and their decisions that they make, and, you know, all of them act fake and all of this stuff. I've talked to these young women, talking to them about this stuff before. But you know, the one thing that I figured out about them, and when I threw it back in their face to get them to understand that a lot of those tendencies and a lot of those things they were attracting, I said, well, hey, listen, don't you like watching those reality shows with all that drama? Don't you like surfing social media and looking at all the gossip between the celebrities and their relationships and stuff like that? Don't you like watching some of those videos where the guy's having a problem with the girl, or the girls are having problems with each other? Don't you like watching that? Oh, okay. Yeah, you like watching that, right? So you have some affinity for that toxicity. But yet, you're complaining about the people that you're around who are doing the same things when you watch that stuff, and that stuff somehow makes you feel satisfied, satiated. That's my point. That's my point. Be introspective about yourself. Once you change yourself, then you change what's around you. All right? On that note, I go do what I gotta do, going to the park like I always do. I'm gonna catch you on the next note. Peace out.